With current events being what they are, it's not the worst time in the world to be forced to stay at home. Sure, lack of work might be a problem, but we live in a world of endless entertainment. Movies to watch, shows to binge, and games to play. It's even better because for us console gamers there are so many free online games to pass the time, especially with the now popular Battle Royale genre of games. Today I'll be looking at 3 of them, starting with Fortnite. Now, I'm not a hermit and I'm not going to pretend that I don't know what Fortnite is. I remember in 2017 an old friend called me and told me to download Fortnite. This is before I knew what Battle Royale games were, so when I asked him what we were doing, he was very vague on explaining. I started playing with another friend who did a much better job at explaining things. There's a giant map with 100 people who jump out of a flying school bus. After landing, the goal is to gather materials with a giant claw hammer and find these treasure chests to collect supplies. Using said supplies, you fight the other players until you're the last one standing. But the map is huge, and what's stopping people from hiding and making this game last for hours? Well, there's a storm coming, and as the match progresses, the purple storm closes, making the map smaller and forcing anyone hiding to eventually move on because getting caught in the storm drains your life until it kills you. I'd call this game a hybrid of Call of Duty and Minecraft. The latter comes from the fact that using materials that I find, I can on the spot construct walls, stairs, and platforms to either create cover when fighting someone, or just a way to help reach those hard to reach areas. A lot of the time I was playing was just spent running in the fields looking for something to do. The game is third person and the shooting is smooth AF. I don't know if I'm just amazing at this game, but the combat seems very easy. I mean, look at me taking out this squad of 4. I haven't been able to win a match yet, mostly because I'll never understand how these people can jump around building and shooting at the same time, but I'm getting pretty close by myself. I'm sure I'd do much better if I had a squad to play with, but here in 2020 none of my friends play this game, mostly because the fat of Fortnite is pretty much dead in the water. Oh well, on to Apex Legends. In 2019, the same person who told me about Fortnite told me to download Apex Legends. However, we never ended up playing it. It came out a year ago and only now I'm going to actually play it. Unlike Fortnite, I knew what to expect coming into this game. Giant map, drop in, find guns, shrinking map, kill people. But what are the differences? Well, other than the game being first person, instead of 100 people, the games are a lot smaller with 60 people. However, these 60 people are squads of 20 with 3 people per team. I'm automatically assigned 2 teammates, and while that does sound like a good thing, this forced alliance makes it hard to find teammates who want to cooperate, and lack of organization made it a frequent thing of getting surrounded by another squad. I'm not saying it doesn't work, I actually got a win in the game, and I wasn't being useless in the game. The 2 kills I had were the last 2 people. I got the win. I just wish my PS4 was recording it. Visually, Apex looks to be an apocalyptic future. I'd call the game a hybrid of Call of Duty and Borderlands. One thing I like about Apex is the character selection. Every character has a unique special skill to them. I play as the Bloodhound because he lets me know if there's danger in the area. It was while I was playing online that I ran into an old friend and we just started playing together. It was from here where I actually felt like teamwork was being utilized to its full extent, and it made the game even more fun to play. My conclusion is that Battle Royale games are a lot more fun when you have friends to play with. And with that, on to our next game. Call of Duty Warzone is the latest Battle Royale game. Released just a month ago, another friend told me to download it. I was a bit shocked to see that the game takes up 100 gigabytes of space. How? Fortnite only seems to be taking up 30. Well, according to said friend, downloading the free Warzone comes with Modern Warfare, but you can't play it without buying it, but it still takes up the space in your storage. Seems like bullshit to me. Anyway, Call of Duty jumped into the Battle Royale bandwagon with its own version of giant map, drop in, find guns, shrinking map, and kill people. I'd call this a hybrid of Call of Duty and Call of Duty. There are multiple game modes, but I only play the Team Battle Royale, and that's because I have a friend to play with. Differences? Unlike Fortnite's 100 or Apex's 60, Warzone has 150 players on the map. There are gas masks which allow you to survive for a few seconds if you're caught outside the zone. The game also has vehicles that you can drive to get around quicker or just mow down the other players. Now, Fortnite does have vehicles, but I didn't see them utilized as much as they are here. It was while I was driving a giant cargo van that this game reminded me a lot of Battlefield 2. Which is a good thing, because it's another game I'm doomed to never play again. Also, Warzone has this cool little feature where when you get killed you get sent to the Gulag, where you'll fight another player who recently deceased 1v1, and the winner gets to redeploy back into the game. The loser will just be stuck spectating until one of their teammates buys them back with the money that you also spend time collecting via looting or completing these mission contracts on the map. To wrap up, all these games are fun, it's just which one to play is dependent on taste and if you have friends to play with. I personally prefer Warzone, but that's only because I get to communicate with my friend and we've won matches. Either way, all these games are free, so play all of them if you wish. And on a completely unrelated note, oh look, I'm addicted to sour candy.